show. Today we welcome Sahil Sajan, the director at Milano by Danube. At just 23, he's making waves in the home luxury space. Spending 5 years as an intern, he's now leading the brand with a fresh mix of business savvy and sports passion, all while continuing his family's incredible legacy. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me here.
We're excited to chat.
Well, thank you for being here. And as well, I want to ask, what does it feel like, or what is it like, to be 23 and already leading a big brand like Milano?
Let's be honest, it's a massive honor for me because I've gotten this opportunity. But the perk about this is that there's a lot of fears also, because at a young age, leading a brand, there's a bit of pressure.
Right. Absolutely. But we know that you've also done the internship for 5 years. So how do you think, first of all, what was that like, and how do you think it prepared you for the role?
So when you do for 5 years, you know what you have to do. You've seen everything around you, be it for the sales, the coordination, the marketing. These are the main aspects in a business, right? Mm-hmm. And the main thing was learning from my father, because since he's the boss and understanding what he's doing, how he speaks to his employees, it made a huge difference for me. And yeah, it was really helpful.
Interesting. So I want to say something when you are working with your family, there's more pressure on you, of course, and usually if I'm working with my dad, he would be more strict than he would be with other employees. However, I want to focus on the positive part. What would you say is your favorite part of working in a family business?
Unity, because I have a very close relationship with my father. I think everybody who knows me knows that how close I am to my father, because he calls me my mirror image. And also I have a very close relationship with my elder brother, who I call as my inspiration. So working in a family business, it has its perks because the communication is strong between the family. So it helps a lot.
I work with my brother. He's my boss. and I always get people asking me, how do you do it? Because they say you shouldn't work with family. So what is your secret to that?
Yeah, a lot of people have said you shouldn't work with family, because I've heard these examples when second or third generation joins, the business goes down. Well, I don't want to live up to that example. I have a lot of responsibilities in my head. So there are good perks of working with your family, because you're learning more and more. And you've seen the traditional side. Now we have to be more innovative to take the business forward.
Mm-hmm. That is actually very interesting. But what is a typical day for you? Of course, because we know that you're from the Gen Z, I would assume. And as Gen Z, all that they talk about is, work and life balance. And we're not all about work. So what is the typical day for you in balancing work and your personal life?
First of all, I'm not a big fan of this word Gen Z, but how do I...
Yes, thank you very much. Me neither.
I'm not a big fan of it, but balancing work life and personal life, it's smooth for me, because yes, I go to work. I start my day with going to the gym, going to work, but nowadays in my life, last 2-3 years, there's been so much travel for work, especially. There are family holidays that happens once or twice in a year, but there are mostly work travel. But how to get life to my personal life is I like to spend time with my friends, my loved ones. So I have balanced it very well. I can say that for sure.
You were born into a wealthy family, a family with an incredible legacy. How do you think that affected you?
It didn't affect in any way. I'm blessed. I cannot say I had it tough. No, let's be honest. I had it easy for me. Nothing is affected. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm sitting here giving an interview with you guys. It's a big deal for me. And I'm just very grateful to be here. That's all I can say. It's not affected in any way.
Well, of course, you are born into the legacy of Danube. So you must have a big burden on your shoulder. Of course, and to keep up with the business and handling expectations and so on. So how do you handle the expectations that comes within the role?
You see, I'm 23 years old.
Yes.
Let's be honest here. I have fears. There are always fears, and that burden, like you said, there is a burden. But I have to live with it. That's going to be a roller coaster ride, but I have to fight it out, because people will be having comments. And I can be lying and I say it doesn't bother me, but sometimes it does. But that's the thing, I have to fight it out, because my family has done well in this business. Now it's my responsibility to take it forward. So it's not going to be easy, but you just got to fight it out, right?
Yeah, I love the mindset, but can you be more specific on the challenges that you face? What do you think, being in such a substantial leadership role at 23, what is the toughest part of your job?
bringing new innovative ideas, because there have been old traditions. How do I bring in new innovative ideas? For example, like for me in the business, that if I want to introduce new products, how do I take the social media game to another level? Because right now for Milano especially, the social media is not that up. My responsibility to take it to another level. It's going to be, it's a task, but I have to be more and more innovative. So that is a massive challenge.
Are you able to come in and say the social media is not there? Because they have social accounts. So is it
what
okay?
What I meant was that Milano's social media is not that good.
Right.
My responsibility is to take it to another level, because I want to register the brand in everyone's head, because social media is the biggest game right now in this world, be it in UAE or any other country. We're everywhere in GCC, so my responsibility is to register the brand in everyone's head.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mentioned that you do sports and so on. So would you think that playing sports has helped you, maybe managing, leading your team and working with your team better? Does it help like with being a team player?
Absolutely. So personally for me, I love playing sports, paddle, cricket, football, everything. Being in Indian cricket is a big deal and it's a team sport. And as a company, as Milano, Casa Milano, Danube, we organize a lot of sports events. Like we have one coming up called Design Duels, which is happening at Danube Sports World, where Casa Milano is organizing, which my brother is in charge of it. And we're having sports everywhere, like different sports, paddle, cricket, badminton, basketball, tennis, everything is there. So pretty much we're very much in sports. Like it's a good feeling.
It's interesting. I feel like it always brings a much better mindset when we like activities. Just to touch a little bit more on the role, what are you excited to bring to Milano? You've mentioned social media, but what else are you excited to bring to the role?
What am I excited? This is a thing I mention a lot, that every year when we do business, we want to be profitable, right? So my main thing is to take the turnover every year, at least 10% or 5% up. How I bring that? New products. I mentioned that earlier, new products, because in my business, the market changes on maybe every month, every 10 days. We're operating in UAE, Oman, Bahrain, Qatar. We have exports. So I have to keep up with the trends. If I don't keep up, then definitely I'm out of the market. So that's the one thing I want to bring in Milano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask you an interview question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh my God, I get asked this question. I want to be married in 10 years. Okay. I want babies. But like in a business aspect, like, I want to grow. I want to see myself grow. I don't want people to know like, oh yeah, he's there because of his father. Yes, I am there because of my father, but like, I would like my own identity also. I'm grateful I've got my identity because of my father, because of my mother, but you want your own identity, right?
100%. Would you like, how do you reply to people who go like, oh yeah, you only got there because of your father? What is your response to someone who goes like...
Smile and say, yes, I have. That's all I can say.
I like that response. Yes. I really do.
What else can I say? Just smile it out.
I think there's a really exciting career ahead of you. I really liked what you kind of said on the show and what you're going to bring to the role, and we look forward to following your journey. How can people follow, for example, the social media of Milano if we're going to grow it? Where should I be looking? What pages?
Well, we have our social media on Instagram, Milano IRL. And you will be seeing like different products showcasing. So we got sanitary, electric, and hardware, and tiles. So that's the thing now. Social media is everywhere. You just have to be innovative, because everyone is the ideas are now crazy. You see the technology being used, like AI. Yes. Like people are making Instagram posts with AI technology. Even now we've been applying that, and because of my cousin Adil Bhai. So you just got to be up. You got to get that level up from everyone else.
Changing the game in luxury home. That is Sahil Sajan, the director at Milano by Danube. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
That brings us to the end of the show. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.